Hi, all. So I want to introduce you to the Neurolinguistics Lab. Let me just open up my little PowerPoint. So my lab is called the Developmental Neurolinguistics Laboratory, or the DNL. I'm Dr. Valerie Schaefer, and I have my email here, vschaefer@gc.cuny.edu, spelled VSHAFER. So, welcome to fall 2020. My lab meetings this semester are Wednesdays, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can email me at bschaefer@gc.cuny.edu if you want to attend. So I'll tell you a little bit about the focus of our lab. Main focus is first and second language development. We use neurophysiological measures. Um, we also have some studies that focus on clinical questions in children with language impairment, and occasionally we'll study something like autism spectrum disorders. This just shows you one study that we've recently submitted for publication. This was a study of second language learners of English who had Japanese, Russian, or Spanish as their first language. We used a neurophysiological method, specifically using the mismatch negativity to examine discrimination of American English low vowels, which can be difficult for second language learners. So in this case, we are looking at discrimination of APA versus UPA and APA versus APA, as well as APA versus UPA. And in this study, we found a clear mismatch negativity for the control American English speakers. They're the black traces in these figures. I know this is new for many of you, but this is a case where if there was no discrimination, no difference, these lines would be flat on the 0 line. We've got time going across the x-axis and amplitude on the y-axis. So the mismatch negativity is this negative going peak here, and we can see at what time it peaks. The other groups showed mismatch negativities to APA-UPA as well as APA-APA. And they also were able to discriminate UPA from APA, but only when they were hearing APA, 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 with a frequent APA. But the Spanish group were very poor at discriminating the reverse order. They had difficulty discriminating APA from UPA when UPA was repeated frequently. And that's this red trace here. And then I'm showing you the topography of the response over here on the right, with the negativity showing the mismatch negativity at frontal central scalp sites, showing discrimination in the American English group. This is a left view and a right view. The Japanese speakers actually showed it. It looks a little smaller here, but that's because it started in a little earlier for the American English group. And then the Russian speakers also showed negativity at these frontal central sites. And this is a Spanish group who did not show negativity at these frontal central sites. In fact, they tended to show positivity with negativity at temporal sites. So I'm going to show you a movie of our lab. Welcome to the Neurolinguistics Lab. I understand it's a rather unusual time, but some of you may have the opportunity to come in here. This is our main room in 7392, normally filled with many people. I just have on the table a head form wearing one of our electrode nets. Of course, it's not on properly, but we normally do electrophysiology. I'm going to show you our main testing room. Actually, one of my recent students, Sarah Kresh, was testing children. One reason we have a little table there for the children. So this is the main testing room. We have a sink over here. We soak the electrode nets in saline solution. We have many different sizes hanging up here on the wall for infants, children, and adults. So we put a net on in here, we get it all adjusted, and then we use these two computers to run the experiment, one to deliver the auditory or visual stimuli, and the other computer to collect the EEG data. And We're entering the sound shielded room now. I'll turn the light on so you can see. This is where we test our participants. That extended arm over there, we connect the net to that and it goes into 128 amplifiers to amplify the electroencephalogram that we collect. And the participants are typically sat in this comfortable chair and watching a screen. Sometimes we do studies where they're listening to different sounds coming over the speakers and told to ignore them, and then they just watch a video. Other times they have to read something on the screen or look at images, and we record their brain responses to the images. So this is our main electrophysiological room. We also have another sound shielded room like this on the other side of the lab that looks like that one, but we have a second portable system that we can take out of the lab, but we can also use in the other lab. So the other sound shielded room is in the far door there. It's just like this one. And then we have more office space in the middle room and some more office space here with tests. So that's the main part of this particular lab.